Okay, hold on. Let's. Okay.
Have anything to say.
Oh.
That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's
So,
okay.
what do I want to say? Okay, actually, yeah, let's start there. I know a vibe that I want to create. That should be enough for the seed of my creativity. I want to be able to move forward creatively from any sort of starting point instead of fixating on some sort of rigid process of what a process should look like start to finish. I think I keep getting stuck in my creative process of what do I want to express? What do I want? What story do I want to tell? And that is a completely valid and awesome question. If that generates motion, like if that gets you to move forward. If I am fixating on a question or something that I think should be a starting point, but I'm having a million other sparks and ideas and little pieces of inspiration that I think are feasible and that I could really act upon floating around, but I keep fixating on one thing, where does that get me? Like, what what am I doing if that is the case? The medium is enough to propel one forward. That's why we have sketchbooks. That's why we jam. That's why we freestyle. That's why we go see art. That's why we go experience cultural events. That's why we love listening to music and watching film. If I am forcing myself to start from a question that has no resonance in me right now, because a classic feeling, I feel like I have nothing to say. I feel like I have no story to tell. What does that do for me? What does that do for the ideas in my brain? What does that do for the little playful baby inner child that is trying to just doodle and draw and lie on the floor on my belly and just make stuff that's beautiful and stuff that I'm curious about and stuff that I like? How does that serve her? How's it serve her?
But I get it.
I am so fixated on what story am I trying to tell? What canon do I join? Histories, beautiful, important questions. I'm just not there yet. Let's stop judging me for it. I'm talking to myself.
No one's judging you.
I need to stop judging me for it because I have a tendency to think, well, this isn't just from me. It's a learned perspective.
An institution.
If something is more intellectually rigorous, philosophically rigorous, conceptually rigorous, it is a more worthwhile thing to create.
Allegedly.
And I downplay all other acts of creativity if they do not have that sort of rigor.
Only when I do it,
And there's a time and a place for it.
I think.
Is the time or place for it when I want to make a little something and I'm at home? No. I don't want it to be so. There are many processes and many people, many artists that do start from that place. And a lot of artists and creative people discover things along the way. Let's say that all of them discover things along the way. Sometimes you're saying something you don't even realize that you're saying. And then you further interrogate the stuff that you do and you think, whoa, I didn't set out to say that. But this totally says that. This is really reflecting something that I couldn't even access with words or with my conscious mind because it's just coming through. And isn't that all creativity supposed to be? Things coming through constantly. We are channeling down whatever needs to be expressed through us in that moment. And if we keep trying to strong arm stuff to happen so that we seem more worthwhile based on our own inner critic and inner censors and freaking peanut gallery judge panel in the backs of our heads that say, hey, that's not good enough. You're not good enough. And you also are super lame. And the stuff you make is whack. I'm over it.
Stop being mean
I'm
to
over it.
me.
So that's why I'm sitting here before you today. That's why the video is the way it is right now. I have all these tools. And I just want to see what the tools do when I put them all together. Through this process, I will learn more. And it doesn't have to be anything else because by allowing it to be nothing else, it can shapeshift into whatever it needs to be and into whatever it demands to be by nature of it existing. Because once it exists, it has a life of its own and it can grow What if we just allowed the thing to be, left it alone when it said it wanted to be left alone? Let it expand when it says it wants to expand? Let it be unfinished? Let it be simple? Let it be stupid or silly? Let it be bad? Because what are we doing? We're not building a rocket, bro. We're not doing heart surgery. Shout out to those who do. Why am I stressing myself out over this? Why am I judging myself over this? Why am I putting myself down over it? It's literally fun. It's leisure, fun, play. What's going on? And I know what it is. I won't say it. But it doesn't have to be like this. You are special and full of love and full of joy. You have a right to laughter, a right to be incomprehensible. Yeah, like, ease up, ease up, ease up. The stuff you do can be dope if you allow yourself to do it. And I know it's easier to protect yourself from judgment by having nothing that anyone can judge because it doesn't exist in the world. But the stuff has to exist in the world. It has to exist. You gotta put it out there. They're not even like putting it out there in terms of sharing it on the internet, but you have to like take it at it the dome. It's just gotta you just gotta get it out so that you can assess yourself if it's dope or not, and then take necessary steps to make it dope. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna go. If you don't know who I am, my name's Izzy. I love you. Please like and subscribe. Please do it. And I love you. And I'll see you later. Okay.